Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Crash, and today we're doing a manga collection video. I was going to do another video for this week, but it's taking a little bit longer, so I decided to do a small manga collection video. I have about 100 volumes. They are all in here, actually. Um, so let's get started. We can start here at the top. This is the One Piece box set number one. It has everything up to Alabasta, and I have a little bit of my figures here. And in here, these are all my One Piece figures. This little crew here um, actually was supposed to be the full crew. With Zoro and Luffy. But they were selling these pieces separately, and someone actually bought Zoro and Luffy before I managed to buy the old set. So I actually don't have a single Zoro figure. It's the only Straw Hat that I don't have a figure for. But I have two Piranha figures. And behind here, you can see I have um, One Piece box set number 2, volumes 24 to 46. So this one is volumes 1 to 23 and has Skypiea and Water 7. I'm actually currently rereading this one. I'm still in the middle of Skypiea. But yeah, I plan to eventually buy volume box set 3 eventually, and box set 4 is also coming soon, so I kind of want to have those. And just quick show of this top shelf. So these are my Crash figures, and we have a Totoro, a plushie, two little figures there. We have a little more Totoros here. Um, oops. This is actually something my girlfriend did because we share these shelves. It's not just my stuff. Um, and that's her Big Baymax plushie. This Totoro is actually hers as well. And in here I have my final box set, which is Bakuman volumes 1 to 20 complete. All of these box sets come with extra volumes. So box set number 1 of One Piece comes with the One Piece one shot. And then the second box set comes with the Strong World one shot, and Bakuman comes with Naruto 11 one shot, which is a manga written by one of the mangaka in Bakuman. And yeah, it's a great box set. If you like Bakuman, or if you plan to get into Bakuman, box set is definitely the way to go. Um, then moving a little bit here, we have my Iniwa Sano shelf. We have Goodnight Punpun volumes 1 through 7, that is complete. We have Solanin, which is actually my first English manga that I have. And we have What a Wonderful World volumes 1 and 2, that is also complete. And we have Downfall, which I think is its most recent manga to be published in English. I'm still missing like 2 or 3 Asano manga that have been published in English, and I plan to get them eventually. And then in here I have a Gurren Lagann art book. This was actually given to me by a friend as part of the Loot Crate. He got it. Loot Crate anime, I think it was the thing. He got it, and he isn't a big fan of Gurren Lagann, but he knew that it was actually one of the few anime that I've actually seen and enjoyed. So he gave me that. And here on top, I have these weird manga that I'm going to go into a little bit. These are Brazilian manga. And as well, check them out. I have even Neon Genesis Evangelion, the Iron Maiden. I think this is volume 1. I haven't touched these books in a long time. I've only touched them recently to just put them on the shelf. I don't like them. They are very bad quality. And I bought these when I was a teenager, when I was getting into anime and manga. Um, they were very, very cheap, so it was the only thing I could buy. So yeah, let me just focus. This one is actually a shoujo version of Evangelion, which I did not knew when I bought it. And I read this volume. I don't remember much of it. I just remember most that it was a shoujo version of Evangelion. And just didn't read much. Shaman King Volume 2, probably Volume 1 was sold out back then. Yeah, not much to say about this. If you should read Shaman King. I'd very much like to have like the actual copies. Um, and then this was given to me um by my cousin. This isn't actually an anime or a manga. Sorry, this is published by Tokyo Pop, and as far as I remember, it's a shoujo-esque manga about like two people who met on a convention. They were like each other, and there were supposed to be two volumes of this. Um, but yeah, I didn't like very much the first volume, so I never really tried to get the second one. Bleach Volume 20, which was the one I was onto when I bought this. I think this is the middle of Soul Society. I haven't touched this one in a long time. This is actually the best out of the Brazilian books that Brazilian manga that I do own. This is actually the best one. It looks a lot like the American releases. It's a bit thinner than normal Shonen Jump books, but it actually is like a full volume, and it's pretty nice. One Piece Volume 45. So this is not actual Volume 45 of the normal One Piece books. This is like Volume 20 something. And I bought this one because this was the fight against Crocodile, which was one of my favorite parts back then. So I got this one. Um, then Dragon Ball Z Volume 1, it's just Dragon Ball and Hellsing Volume 1, which was one that I was very curious back then because a lot of my friends really liked Hellsing, even the ones that weren't into anime. So I bought this one. And you should know that I bought this one like 12 years ago. I've actually only read Hellsing from beginning to end last year. So, yeah. So yeah, those are the Brazilian ones. There's another more series that we're going to go we're going to see in a little bit. But I also have this book, which is 1000 Manga Artists. This is just basically a list of manga artists and what they've written, with a little bit of original art, actually in Japanese, a little bit of information and data about them. It's pretty nice. If you're into manga and if you want to learn more about, a lot of different mangaka, most definitely grab this one. And then we have Manga in Theory and Practice, which is the book. Sorry, trying to focus. This is a book from Araki, the writer of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And I'm not the biggest fan of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but the idea of having a book that is about writing manga and not so much about drawing manga really appealed to me, so I bought it anyways. I haven't read it yet, just a little bit, just the intro, but I eventually will because I'm very curious to see how Araki comes up with his ideas and just get some tips on how to write because I really like writing stories as well. And here I have an amiibo because I bought an amiibo. It's this Pac-Man. And my FLCL figure from Haruko, which is another anime that I really love, and you're gonna see the manga in a little bit. Just go through all the other figures that I also have here. I have an Obita. This was given to me by a friend who has sadly since then passed away. She knew I liked Doraemon, so she gave me this one. And then I have this, which is a Yuko from XXolic. This is actually a chess piece from the Clamp series. Trying to see if you can see better. Okay. And it's actually quite cute. Yuko is one of my favorite characters, and XXolic is a series that I really like. I don't have any manga from it, but I really like. And then this is just the Shonen Jump logo. I am a Shonen Jump fan, if you haven't noticed by my videos. And this is one of my favorite figures, to be honest. I just really love it. And so in here we have volumes 1 through 5, omnibus editions of Lavina. This is actually complete. And Lavina is one of my all-time favorite manga. It's the first manga that I actually completed, and it's just one that it has a special place in my heart. And you can see that if you go here, because we'll talk about this one in a little bit. But we have here another Lavina edition. This is the volume 1 of Spanish edition that actually was given to me by the same person who gave me the Nobita one. She thought this was a Portuguese version, and it wasn't this Spanish, but still fun. It's still fun. And since it's a manga that I really love, I don't mind owning a Spanish version of the volume. And I actually do have Portuguese versions or Brazilian versions. This is the last 3 volumes of Lavina in the original Brazilian edition. They're very very keen. Oh god, that fell, and that fell. Give me a second. Okay, we're back, and we're back. And we have here Doctor Stone reboot Byakuya. This is the spin-off book about Byakuya, which is Senku's dad and his story. So this is a little bit of a flashback. I think the story of what happens here is actually mentioned in a lot of detail in the actual manga, but it's fun. I really like this special one shot. I don't have actually any other Doctor Stone manga, but since that one was a one-off, I thought that I could buy it. In here, I have My Neighbor Totoro light novel, I think, that I bought for my girlfriend. It's in here as part of my collection, but I actually haven't read it. She hasn't read it, so I don't know how good it actually is. And let's just move these things a little bit away. And in here we have Pluto 1 through 6, and then Volume 8, which is the last one. Volume 7 is out of stock. Volume 8 and 6 were also out of stock recently, and there's probably some of these are probably out of stock as well. But I managed to get a hold of all of these, just Volume 7 missing right now, so I can actually start rereading it, because the thing about Naoki Urasawa is that I don't like slow reading it, because it's so complex, and it has a lot of characters, a lot of plots, that I just rather grab the manga and just read it from start to finish, even if it just isn't like pure binging. I kind of want to like not have a big breaks between these. So I want to get Volume 7 and then reread, because I've read it before, but then reread from Volume 1. And I have Sneeze, which is a recent Naoki Urasawa short collection as well, which I haven't read. This came in the mail just actually about a month ago, but I haven't actually read it to know if it's good or not. The packaging, well, the actual volume looks really cool. I really like it, these colors. And this is actually I don't know the English word for it, but it actually comes out a little bit, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And here I have some of my first manga, which is Emanon, Memories of Emanon, Volume 1, 2, and 3, which actually are very recent, so that should let you know how recently I've been collecting manga. That's why my collection is very short. It's about 100 volumes, including the box sets. And yeah, but Emanon, I mean, as soon as I've heard that they were going to actually translate those into English, even if I wasn't collecting manga, I needed to have these 3, because it's just one of my most important manga. I just really love the Emanon character. That's why she is the mascot of my channel. So yeah, if you haven't checked out at least the very first Memories of Emanon, most definitely check it out. The other 2 are kind of add-ons, which you follow the story of Emanon afterwards. But the first volume is just fantastic. In here, I have Chainsaw Man Volume 1 and 2. Volume 3 is on the mail. I think Chainsaw Man is another manga that I really love. My next video, the video that I'm working on actually, is gonna be a lot about Chainsaw Man. So I've actually been rereading it. And I'm gonna reread it again once I get the full collection. Just a manga that it's so fun. And I have Assassination Classroom Volume 1. I actually bought this volume when it first came out. I use Himatsui. I'm not sure if I'm gonna complete the collection. Maybe I will eventually, but it's not a priority. But yeah, this is actually one of the oldest volumes of my collection. And I have Kami-san, or Kami Can Communicate in English as well, Volume 1. I actually bought this one just for a panel that on the first chapter that I really love. and I'm probably gonna watch like the first chapter, just the first episode when it comes out, just so I can see this animated. But yeah, it's this beautiful panel. I really like it. It's one of my favorite panels out there. And it's great to have it on, physically. I might eventually buy the rest of the volumes, or at least some of the volumes. There are some moments that I really like. Then we have FLCL Omnibus. It's not as good as the anime, but it is pretty fun. I feel like a lot of people trash on the manga because it takes an approach a little bit differently from the anime. And the anime, again, it is better. But the manga, I think it's a bit underrated. I think it's still pretty fun. So if you like FLCL and you've heard bad things about the manga, check it out still, because I think it's worth at least a read. And then we have the Redoro volumes 1, 2, 3. My favorite manga. I think that's no secret. I've made a couple of videos about it, or rather a video about it, which you can check out on my channel. I just started collecting these. I bought the first one about a month ago. It came out a couple of weeks ago. I'm still like in. Actually, I've read it. I'm in the middle of the second one, I think, on my reread. And I have volume 3 here, which arrived. That one arrived about a week ago. I don't even that. I think it arrived this week. And I have volumes 4 and 5 coming soon. So I really, this is the one I'm prioritizing next, because I really want to have this this entire collection. It's going to be the biggest one that I own, not counting One Piece, because One Piece is gigantic. But definitely this is going to be a big commitment, the biggest commitment so far for me. But I most definitely want to have it completed. And in here, just to finish off my collection, I actually have the art covers, the art covers of my collection. Sorry, Berserk volumes 1 to 3 deluxe editions. These are, without a single doubt, the most beautiful books I have in my collection, manga or non-manga. These are, first of all, they are enormous, but they are worth the price. They are definitely worth the price, and I'm gonna continue at least volumes 4 and 5 of the deluxe editions. I'm definitely gonna buy them still. And I have here a Guts figure, which his feet just fell off, and his sword just fell off. I generally hate this character. I really fucking do. Sword here, this is like Golden Age Guts. It's cool to have a figure anyways, but it's not good, guys. It definitely isn't. I have a couple Spider-Mans here because I also have some Marvel books here. But again, then we have my Junji Ito collection, which is Tommy, which I haven't read yet. I'm very curious to see how it is. Then we have No Longer Human, which I've started reading it. I haven't finished it. Here. And this so far has been my favorite Junji Ito manga, which I think tells you a lot, because he hasn't written the story of No Longer Human. It's based on a novel, a pretty famous novel as well, that has been adapted into manga and anime multiple times. But that narrative and his art, I think, do a really good combination. So, and then we have Five Wings of Horror. I bought this a little bit on a whim. It's not the best out of his books, but it's fine. It's Junji Ito. It's more Junji Ito. So if you like that, you're probably gonna like Fragments of Horror. Then just finish off this shelf, we have Player's Handbook Dungeons and Dragons. I sometimes play it. I haven't been played it in a while. Then we have a Deadpool, Mata Deadpool. Deadpool Kills Deadpool. That's the one, this Portuguese edition. And then we have Civil War Premium something that I actually have not read. And a lot of these I buy and haven't read, but yeah, this is my very small collection. So I hope I continue growing. When I eventually get one to a big size, I will make a second video about it. But just since you guys haven't seen my collection, thought might as well do a video. But yeah, if you watch it till here, Thank you very much, and I'll see you next video.